Alright guys, what's up? It's your boy Raw Truth again. Just gonna wait until we get some people on here, get some views going before we start the discussion. Yeah, it's been a real tough one. I mean, I get harassed everywhere I go, but we'll see who's gonna sign on real quick and I'll get into that. It's just gonna be random discussion right now, what I'm going through. So, yeah, just wait for views. I mean, yeah, it's been a very, 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 very difficult one. Lately, I've been just completely swarmed. I mean, there's people that I knew that I became friends with when I moved here in San Diego. Like, I'm currently where I'm currently living now. Um, it'd be quiet, but the moment they show up, all the street theater just shows up. It just happens all around me. I'm like, yo, there's a lot of traffic. And then they would say, no, this is normal. I'm like, what the heck? This is normal? What? Don't make no sense. And I'm just like, I've been like second guessing myself. And I've been going through this for a while now, so I kind of knew how to just calm down about it. And I'm just like, oh, um, I want to get into the whole, what is that? The hand signal discussion. Um, I'm wondering if anyone knows anything like what the hand signals mean. And please don't give me disinfo because I'll just delete you. I already know some of them what they mean, but I mean a lot of it I see they touch their eyes, they touch their nose, they do the fake coughing, and they do clearing their throat like, but it's like every other block I would walk by, and then they would be going or whatever. I mean, so if any of you guys know what the hand signals mean, that'd be great. Uh, it's just crazy because like everything that I go through is just like it's unbelievable. I mean, how do you? How do you like live with this? I mean, there's people who are murdering people. This is murder, and they act like nothing happens, and then I don't know. It kind of brings me back to, speaking of this whole people getting murdered by this stuff. It kind of brings me back to when I was living back home. This guy we knew, black guy that just went to college. We were all friends with him back home, and he was the only person that was like an Obama supporter or whatever. Um, and he was in a fraternity, and he said that people were messing with him. I guess he complained about some people like picking on him. He didn't fit in a little bit, but he joined this fraternity, and then all of a sudden he committed suicide. And I kind of made me think, yo, what the heck is wrong with these people? Like, did they do this to him? And what's weird about all that is, um, the people who did it probably, and they just acted very funny. And they even went to his funeral. These people are sick, and you can't prove it either. It's I don't know. It's sickening. These people, they're unbelievable, unbelievable. I mean, I know how they do it now. Um, it's very systematic. There are for every 10 houses that are in a neighborhood, you know, every 2 blocks, whatever, there always has to be one or two of them that live in there, like the main handler, the one that's been there for a while, or there's a timeshare on their block, and they'll notify all the people underneath them in the neighborhood, like, hey, he's over here, go get him if you want your money, or the drug connection or whatever. What I've noticed Yeah, these people are sick, sick in the head. Um, and what the moment you leave your house, um, they'll send a signal through WhatsApp, or there's another one, this neighborhood watch type of app or whatever, and it goes to all these other people. And um, there'll be one person that's close to the house or whoever's turn it is to watch you, and they'll come out, and then someone else will come out at the same time, and then someone will come make a turn right around you. They'll do a hand signal. There'll always be trash around too, your neighborhood, depending on whether they're getting you into. I don't know, but like everywhere I walk, there's a trail of trash. I always go into my bus stop or my house. Um, it's messed up, and it's like when I first started taking the bus to work where I currently live now, for like maybe few weeks, nothing happened. I mean, there would only be one or two people on the bus, the same bus schedule every time. And then since now, I mean, now for the last month, uh, I've been it's the bus is filled, and then there's just these weird, eerie characters, like almost like they're like that weird character in a movie that stands out, you know, just very odd and just ugh. Some of them wearing like eye patches, having only one eye. Literally, these people are crazy. Like wearing the pyramid tattoos and stuff with the all-seeing eye on it. Yeah, a lot of these people, they're sick in the head. And then when I call them out on it, they're like, "You're paranoid. You're schizophrenic." I'm like, "I didn't know I fit into the 1% of the population. It's probably less than 1% of the population." Um, Schizophrenics are um, they see things, you know, and I don't see things. I see things as it happens as they go. I used to actually have a sunglasses or camcorder with sunglasses, and I mean, no one even knew I had these glasses were legit. I mean, super legit. And um, I would film people when they're doing their hand signals, and I'd confront them, and they'd be doing the hand signals and everything. And there's a lot of denial and all that. I mean, there's people, my friends, that wouldn't believe me, and I was like, "Look, they keep touching their nose. There's something weird about that. They keep touching their eyes, or they keep grabbing their ankles. You know, it's like, and it's the same theme with all these people. And there's multiple people. I would show them, and they still would be like, "No, you're just looking too much into it." While they get a free pass in life, not doing anything with their lives, just getting a free pass, not even working hard. While I'm sitting here working minimum wage jobs, trying to be the hardest worker. I'm not the hardest worker anymore. I've kind of just, you know, like these people are sick in the head. Um, yeah, I don't understand it. These dummies are getting all the good jobs, while the hardworking people aren't getting anything. You know, I don't understand it. You know, like it's a trip though. They keep doing these hand signals anyways. Coming back to what I was saying, they keep doing all these hand signals, and it's just it's off putting. And these people just come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And then you're minding your own business. I mean, one time I was actually literally in the middle of a field. Like I went hiking. I went hiking out and forgot where it was in San Diego. It was like Escondido or something like that. And this guy out of nowhere, with sunglasses, the backpack, he looked kind of like a Hispanic fellow. Um, he had to sit literally within 15 feet of me, kind of like a smirk, but it was almost not like a smile. It's almost evil. Just kind of looking not at me, but almost kind of, but down on his cell phone. I don't know. Just has to stand there. I'm like, there's other places to stand, you know. It's kind of awkward, you know. I came out here for peace. I sit down and I'm kind of hinting. I'm like, yo, I don't want to like talk to you. Don't come up to me or anything. And I pull my phone out and I try to use it, and the phone wouldn't work. I couldn't record him or anything. He smirks even more, and then he just stays there the entire time until I leave. Unbelievable. And then the next stop I go sit at, There's someone else there, a girl that has to just sit there, tweaker, whatever. I don't know, drug dealer or something, druggie or something. Just sit there. You know, these people are sick. You know, touching their nose and they're all touching their nose and stuff all at the same time. It's ridiculous. You know, I didn't sign up for this. You know what I mean? Uh, Hi, Raw Truth 7. I live in Ohio. The R&M just tried to give me a heart attack at 12:22 a.m. Well, I try to sleep. It gets worse than the obsession with hurting. Yeah, I feel you, man. I've had physical like abuse a little bit. You know, they've done to me, but I mean nothing major. They'll bump into me, or like I've had people they poked me with a pen or something, like they're holding a pen, and they accidentally ran into me, and they act like they weren't looking. I'm like, yo, watch what the fuck you're going, and they just wouldn't move out of the way. I'm like, oh, my bad, and then they would kind of like smile about it. I'm like, it's sickening. Are they causing you any harm? Are they hurting you? Like, I mean, physically, like, have you gotten any like fist fights or anything like that? Um, Question, Chapawizanta. Have you ever experienced any of them like um, doing hand signals to other perps or anything like that? Because like, if you do, I would want to know the meaning of the hand signals, what they mean. That'd be great because I'm sick and tired of this. It's like everywhere I go now, and like they would always say, "Oh, my eye itches," or "Oh, my nose just itches." I'm like, "What are you doing, coke or something? Or are you not getting enough sleep? You look like you're getting enough sleep." You know what I mean? They do the hair swoop thing. You know, like, do you know what they mean though? Like, because it's so irritating. People would always say like, "Oh, I've always do that. I always do that. I always itch my nose," or like I'm like, "No, I know the difference when there's I know the difference when people are acting a certain way and acting kind of funny, you know, and like and yeah, it's weird, man. Yeah, yeah. Well, like you ever notice that you see it in movies though? They do the hand signals in movies. The nose grab, or I think the nose grab means like no, stop lying, or like stop it, or don't. I know that one might be, and I've done it one time where I've seen a few of them do the like they do a nose swipe, and like when there's someone that's kind of timid, when you do the nose swipe, like someone that's kind of timid, they look away, like it means turn the other way, like you're telling them to turn the other way, and I kind of like did that a few times, and other people have done that where they just look away. I think that means look away. The eye touch means I think like I have no idea. Like on what we're watching you or something. I don't know. Their swipe might be. I think like they always swipe it towards my way, but I've seen them swipe it towards other people's way too. So I don't know what that one means. It might be like there's your targets right there, or I don't know. Go that way. Yeah, it's. I get sick of. Yep, my phone's being bugged right now. It's fizzing out. Yeah, within 15 minutes, that's enough time for them to triangulate a signal. I'm tired of these people. And mind you, the Space Naval outpost or whatever is right here, like literally 2 miles away from me. I have military people come in my work all the time. These people are sick in the head. Um, we have private contractors come in. I know they do, and they have that very psychopathic smile. They have no feelings. These people are next to damn, they're billionaires probably. Just the way they live, their lifestyle, how they carry themselves too. Me, I have been targeted for what I know now. for sure. Right before Christmas time in 2015, I'm pretty sure. Maybe before that, like there was a lot of weird people when I lived in Pacific Beach. A lot of odd people like trying to be my friend and stuff, and I would be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And then I'd move out, like. But I really think, okay, I had a fallout with an old friend. This is a while ago. When I moved here back in 2011 or 12, I think I moved here. But a few years back before that, I got in a fight with a group of people, and I got so hurt and knocked out, and all my friends were there, and I left. Like like I wanted to help, but I'm like I don't know where I'm at, and I'm like and all of a sudden I black out. All of a sudden I end up at someone else's house, and one of my friends were like, you ran away, this and this and that." I'm like, "Oh," and then everyone like stopped being my friends at that point, and where I used to live, and then a few years later, like me and him weren't talking so much, but we were friends on Facebook, whatever. At the time, it's called Facebook, and I was having a tough time with family, and I noticed I'm like, wait a second, like something's not right with my family. They're not loving like anymore. Or my friends, dad would stop wanting to hang out, or he'd be like, oh, I'm busy, and he's retired. Like I don't get it, like, and just weird stuff, weird incidences. People always asking for money. It was like no one ever asked for money. And all right, I'll check that out. Um, but check this out. So I think my friend that like told me like, oh, you ran away, this and that, when I had no recollection of what's going on or whatever. Um, he, I think he wanted vengeance, like, cause they all got messed up. We all got our asses whipped by a bunch of people, you know, and so he was like, hey, uh, so he was like, one day he hit me on Facebook. Hey, you're an amazing person. I think you should come down to San Diego. You're a great person, man. I mean, I'll help pay your rent for a while and this and that. And you can try to get a job. You'll get a job right away. I swear to God. So I moved here. I'm like, all right, things were good. We always partied, and I had fun and everything. And I tried to look for a job. I just cannot find a job out here. I don't know life to save me. He tried to get me a job at his place, and his boss was just like, no, we're not hiring right now. But they would hire the most bogus, stupid people, like these self-entitled like children, that don't know how to work hard, don't know how to do anything. And um, so what happened next? So I end up getting a job at this moving company, and like I'm the grunt. Everyone hates me there. Everyone treats me like the same kind of stuff, like the gang stalking, but not as bad. They still hang out and stuff, but it was gang stalking. Every day I'd come home pissed off, just messed up, man, and just I was getting pissed. I get fired from that job, and he's also on me. Then my buddy's like, yeah, so I'm gonna have to kick you out if you can't find a job. This and that. He's all, I don't have the money to send you home. This dude was loaded. He had money though to do everything, and so I end up homeless, and I got try to go live with my sisters, and all of a sudden she treats me the same way. Um, she's exact same way. Like I was out, I ended up on the streets, and I lived on the beach, and whatchamacallit, like everything just went bad. Everything was terrible, man. Like it was a nightmare. And so I was reading an article about people who come to San Diego, like human trafficking victims and all this kind of stuff. They always said there was always a job opportunity, like friends or family or acquaintances would bring them down here. And the main theme there was always like if they were like these people were kind of bipolar or like just kind of shaky type of people, or people want to get vengeance on you, and they would always invite their friends to come down here and come on work, and I'll get you a job, man, and everything. What they'll do is they'll play with you for a little bit, see what you're worth, and then they'll just leave you, and no one will hire you. I mean, absolutely, no one will hire you once you get in here unless you act like they do. I promise you. You will be out here and end up with the rest of the 20,000 homeless people that are out here, and you won't be able to leave because you'll get in trouble. You'll get on probation or whatever. Cannot leave the county. Nothing, and it's a jail. You are stuck here. I mean, I've seen people there on probation for like 5 years here, or probation or probation, 5 years, you know, or house arrest, and that means when you get on house arrest, you got to get in a program. You don't get in a program, you go back to jail. Then it keeps on recycling, then so on and so forth, and you're stuck here. And the system won't care. Your friends and family will think like it's all in your head. You're stuck here. It's San Diego is a prison, man. It is a prison. The top richest people live here, but they act like homeless people, and they hang around in groups. Um, they act like homeless people or regular people walking down the street, normal t-shirt, whatever, just normal people. But these people are millionaires and billionaires out here, and they pay people to do neighborhood watch to protect their companies and to protect the communities for like their friends and family, so crime doesn't get out of hand like how it is in LA. San Diego is way safer than LA. Um, I know I'm sounding like I'm rambling a little bit, but I mean, only if you knew. I'm just saying is the reason why my friend brought me down here. I think he wanted vengeance, and he said, "Well, I know how to have friends with my enemy, no matter what, because I've seen him do it." And I think he wanted me to just be homeless down here, and be gang stalked, because there's I mean, one out of three people will watch you. It's a secret society city out here. The richest of the richest, the gangster of the gangster live out here. Like, I'm not even playing. This is the this is the second worst place. It's a hotbed for gang stalking out here, organized harassment. The number one that's the worst in the world is Melbourne, Australia. Sydney too, actually, but I'll say in Australia. That's the worst. That is the worst. Um, do you have any questions, man? Uh, I'm free to answer any questions, and I can help as much as possible. Um, how about um, a Chapahuizante? When did your targeting start? I have synthetic telepathy. Perhaps do you get V2K? That's when the voices or whatever, right? Like hearing voices. Uh, no, I don't hear voices or anything. But I get ringing in my ears sometimes. It's like on and off. But what I find it weird. I got in a fight on the beach one time with this guy. I don't know, and they said he was part of a biker gang or something, but he was a homeless guy. So I'm like, I'm not tripping. I don't care. Um, and after that, all hell broke loose. I mean, that's I think what started it, but there was other things added up to it too. That's what made the gang stalking full in effect, though. That I noticed. But I'll say this though. Um, it's those two incidences though. My friend, that started the more covert way of it, and then they let it show. After I got in a fight with that guy, after falling asleep that day when I got in a fight with that guy, I woke up and I had a gnarly headache, and all of a sudden I had a bump on the right side of my eye, and it's still there. I go to the doctors and they say, "Oh, it's nothing." But like, I'm like, "Bull crap! I never had this ringing in my ears and stuff," and I know it's a military installation in San Diego, so this is one big military installation. And so military is run by the medical industry, and they're using experimental stuff on people out here. I've heard about people going to these homeless shelters and stuff, and they're like like some people would say, "Hey, my toenails are clipped. Like, what's going on?" You know what I mean? While they're asleep, and they sleep late, and then all of a sudden their foot's infected, and they got to get their foot cut off and stuff. So they take their foot, and then they ended up homeless, and they can't work anymore. And I've heard like stuff like they felt like um, they had like a hangover or something, and people have been waking up feeling like their chest hurts, and they didn't eat anything, and they're healthy, but they're just homeless. You know, I mean, I've seen homeless people that are healthy, and they said their chest hurts, their head hurts. Um, what's that? There's that that psionic nerve that's on the right side. They said the whole right side of their body hurts or whatever. I've heard that one. Yeah, it's terrible. I don't suffer from V2K, but um, I have a friend. He doesn't really want to talk about gang stalking or anything. He is a gang stalking victim though, and he thought I was crazy when I first told him about it. But he said he hears voices and stuff. He went to the doctors, and he said they said he has. Oh, my phone's overheating. You know what that means? You already know what that means, right, Chapelby? And so, um, oh, no, it gets worse. Yeah, I know, man. Just hang in there, bro. You know, these people are sick. These people are disgusting. Like, I lost everyone, and it kind of made me think. Do you think all these? I don't know. Do you think all these people have targeted us since birth? I don't really think so, though. I really don't. I think it's a very select few that are, you know, targeted at birth or whatever. But I really don't think so. But it kind of made me think though, like some of the people I met, why did I meet them and it always seemed like this meant to happen or whatever. You know, that's weird. You know, like some Truman Show stuff, and it's crazy because I'm adopted, and you know, there's no history or recollection of the birthright of my dad. Like, there's no dad in the picture. Weird. No record of mom in the picture either. Like they're off the face of the earth. Did blood tests and everything. Nothing. They're like they don't exist or something. I think we have a lot more evil people who have no money. Some of us are targeted at first. Yeah, see, some of us. Yeah. Oh, but I totally agree. And remember when I just said some of these people that are billionaires and millionaires, they're friends with some of these people living on the streets, you know. And there's normal people who are they act like they're they act like they're homeless, but they're not homeless. They're millionaires. They hand out gift cards and stuff. I've seen it. I've had it happen when I was homeless. I was hanging out with a group of people, and I mean, there's like one or two of them that were for sure, chain stalkers, and they knew where to go, all these secret places to go on Christmas and holidays, and handed out all these gift cards. How do you hand out all these gift cards? And it was just it wasn't by a company, it was by you know. Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, but yeah, they were handing out all these gift cards and stuff, and I'm like, what the heck? Like $40 gift cards. Like, what the heck? And this rich guy just handing out to like hundreds. I mean, dang, I would say there was probably a good 250, 300 people there just handing out gift cards. And then on top of that, they're handing out sleeping bags, this and that. And one of the things he mentioned was like, let's make sure we keep a good eye on the community, watch out for each other. I'm just like, what the frick? And the guy seemed very militant and just kind of a jerk and an asshole. Someone I wouldn't have at my house at all, or just be around. And had that kind of just like he don't care. He just wants neighborhood watch in the community, and pretty much it was disgusting. This guy, I mean, these people are they disgust me, man. What time is it? Um, but it's sad, man. It's sad from all these people like portraying me. Like it don't make no sense. Like, how do you do that to your own friends? How do you do that to your own friend? Can't do that, man. Like, dang, it just made me believe. Like, I had a best friend that I've been friends with since, when I was in high school. Like, since I was in high school, and even up to the point of my gang stalking, we were still friends. After all this stuff happened, he's like, "No, man, no one's following you." Like I was calling him. He lives in the Nevada, and I live here in San Diego. And he's all, no one's stalking you. It's not probable. This and that. And when I would FaceTime him, he's all, "What's up, man? How you doing?" And then he'd be like touching his eyes and nose and stuff. And then he's all, "How you been?" And then he'd hold the camera and go like inward, in towards himself and showing one eye. And then he's like, "Dude, you're just paranoid. No one's watching." I'm like, "What the heck?" And it's like he portrayed me too. He stopped talking to me. His family stopped talking to me. Um, my dad stopped talking to me. Um, my sister acts like one of them now. She didn't know how to talk like them. She's an antisocial person. She sacrificed me so she can get money and learn how to be social with people. These people will turn on them. These people will turn on her and my family. These people are psychopaths. They care nothing but themselves. And I mean, I know I'm not the greatest speaker. I'm sorry if I'm just like going back and forth. Um, like it sucks, man, going through this. The amount of anxiety that and the overwhelming depression you feel when everyone just doesn't want you around anymore. And what really sucks is like when you meet new people and you think, man, they're really really nice, and all of a sudden they show their true colors later and act like one of them. It's like they trap you. Has anyone else experienced that? Leave a comment, please. I don't, you know, um, I don't get it, man. I really just don't get it. Like, how do these people? It's mind-boggling. People I've known since birth, all of a sudden, we're not friends anymore. My family used to be a very uh, I'm shocked at how many traders are black. I'm shocked how many they'll rumors they will say pedophile usually. Yeah, I've heard that one before too. That's not cool at all, man. Yes, I am a black woman and an artist. Uh, uh, I'm a European Asian descent. Um, oh, sorry, my notifications are going off. I'm a European Asian descent. I'm also an artist too. I play piano and yeah, I'm very gifted at learning things like puzzles and stuff. Um, I'm not really good at working though. Like every job, I mean, I am a good worker, but I think it's just a lot of sabotage. I can't prove it, you know. But yeah. When you say I'm shocked at how many traders are black, um, well, I don't think it's so much like they're not all bad people. I mean, I'm surprised how many traders are white. You know, like um, I look more white than Asian. You know, but yeah, like it's. I think though there is a lot. I would say all of the black people I've encountered have been more shadier, but it's because we live in a lower population of them. African Americans only make 13% of the population. Um, so they're going to do, and there's a lot of high oppression unless you act like an elite, you know, the way they want you to act. And the same goes for people who are mixed. I'm mixed, and I get no pull. I'm a mutt and just the lowest of the low to them. And in society, they don't want that. They don't want all this weird mixing around and stuff. They're sick in the head. But yeah, I've noticed that there is with the whole pedophile thing. I've gotten that too. Though they do that means when you're on high watch. There was like all these people are surrounding my neighborhood. They keep putting trash in my yard and stuff and coughing every time going by, walking by. They want you to pick it up. I guess that's what they do in jail to pedophiles and stuff. Something I don't know. I don't freaking know. Uh, but I started hearing like just random people on the street. They're like, "Oh, did you know that like she was only 15?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I mean, like, I've never even been with anyone. Like, are you kidding me? Like, there's hella rumors and stuff saying I'm like with like and having sex with just random girls and stuff. It's stupid, and they'll say you're a pedophile though. That's the number one they go to. The second one is you're a high profile drug dealer. You know, um, I hear that one a lot. And the next one is a high profile drug dealer or druggie, or a thief. Like you steal a lot. Um, yeah, these people are sick, man. I don't understand it. Uh, I don't know why they do it though. It's just honestly though, I kind of know now we're reaching the end of the age. We're at the end of the age. I believe. Kind of. I try to stay away from the whole like it's this religious stuff. You know, I want to make like, but I will talk about it. But it kind of throws people off. You know what I mean though, right? Because it throws people off. Like they get distracted and be like, oh, let's just have Bible study now, and it's like no, because there's infiltrators in the room. I'm not going to talk with a bunch of infiltrators. You know, like or like they'll it gets on these tangents. You know, people will get on tangents like saying, oh, this. Oh, you know what? It's witchcraft, and like it is, but it's not what you think it is, though. At the same time, yeah, it's a trip because I mean, um, it's mind-boggling. You know, who do you think it is? Um, well, it's you got all these secret societies. You know, they're supposed to build good character or whatever. Some of them, like the Masons. I had a father who he was in it and he left when he found out what it was all about. It he was like a president of a lodge or something like that. And I don't know much about it. I don't get into it. But I heard rumors when I got older. I was supposed to be part of it, and then my dad didn't want me talking to anyone he used to know or whatever. But I think Masons are part of it. They watch over the community. They'll do anything for subsidies to build their community. They love community, and they'll do anything if they suspect someone doesn't look right in the community, don't look good, or if they're not contributing, and if they're lazy or mooching out the system, and they're causing a lot of trouble and they're a threat to society. They'll they'll write you off. They'll watch you from the Homeland Security being issued from the Federal Reserve, or yeah, 600 the $627 billion that have been issued in defense contracts. That's part of them. Um, you got the biker gangs. All the biker gangs. I guarantee you, all of them. They work in a mob. I don't know, Hell's Angels, Mongols, all those gang. They're all gangs. I mean, I don't know if they're all of them are in it, but like uh, for sure, a good high percentage. That's what I mean. Um, who else? Oddfellows. The mafia is obviously in it. Um, uh, I feel Masonic hate now. I can't hear you clearly. I see bikers and Masonic plates on cars and veteran plates. Can you hear me now? Yeah, it keeps on cutting in and out. My screen keeps on going blurry too right now. I mean, obviously this is no conversation. Let them listen though. I mean, they're gonna listen either way. Um, but yeah, the Masons they're very occultic. They operate under the mechanism of like what Egypt was, kinda. But let's go further than that. Nebuchadnezzar, you would reach a certain level. Not everyone has seen King Nebuchadnezzar. It's kind of like he would wear a mask. To see him in his truest form. I mean, so it's all secrecy. Um, if you were in a certain level of that tower where he lived at, or whatever, I forget what that where he lived. Um, you'd get killed. Something I was reading about that, where they'd kill you if you were in a level you weren't supposed to be in. They'd kill you, and I don't think anyone else has seen Nebuchadnezzar, and that's just how it is. You'll never know who it is. It's all in secret. That's what I'm saying. We'll never know the true identity of who is behind this, and that's your Nebuchadnezzar in this. But we all know who our God is. And that is Yahweh. Um, it's God. It's. I mean, who else is part of it? Your family members, of course, they'll sell you out. Um, I noticed when my targeting started. My family, they were on the bridge. Each family member was on the brink of always being not. They weren't gang stalked, but they would have all these bad incidences. I mean, maybe it was gang stalking, but I never saw it. But then again, it's always covert. Um, they were having problems with money. I would always hear problems about money, this and this and that. And then when I hit rock bottom, I mean, or I'm like getting harassed by cops and have no money. I can't even sleep anywhere. When this happened, all of a sudden they start getting new cars. I mean, damn, they were getting brand new cars. Their mortgages are almost paid off. They have a whole new set of friends. Weird, like they talk differently, all confident. Um, I feel on when I'm around them, I feel on the bottom scale. Yeah, I'll definitely check these out, Chepawi. But I would notice that like they would have all these new cars and stuff, and they'd be taking a lot of vacations. I'm like, goodness gracious, how can you afford all these vacations? This makes no sense. You guys said, I mean, they all have jobs making, I mean, a few family members have uh, um, a few, um, make a few dollars more than I do, I would say. And they're always taking vacations somehow. They don't have any second jobs. There's none of this extra income coming in. I mean, if they were truthful with me, you know what I'm saying? So the only thing I can think of is um, family members and all my family members, they're getting all these extra subsidy money. Well, it's actually whoever's group they're affiliated with in this program they're getting money. Yeah. Um, but I mean, they're going to the Bahamas, they're going to Florida Keys, and we live all the way out in California, and they're taking week vacations. That I mean, that's a lot of money. You don't just save up. I believe it is from the last ice age. So does Karen Hughes. She is a World Bank whistleblower. Oh yeah, check out Cheryl Peel Jackson. She wants to get rid of the. She was a whistleblower for the Federal Reserve. She wants to do away. She wanted to do away with the IRS tax franchise system. It is illegal in America to pay taxes, federal taxes, state taxes. I'm fine with that. Cool. We gotta do the roads and all that kind of stuff. Federal taxes highly illegal. The perps are relentless. Any new business I walk into, they call the manager and say to watch out for the troublemaker. Nurse at ER told me that's what they told him. Wow, yeah. I actually remember um, going to the hospital one time. I got sick, and something happened. I mean, that it was weird. They wanted to do a psych evaluation, and then they were like, "Yo, you got to keep an eye on this guy." Like I heard a faint whisper. I don't have that good hearing, but I heard it enough. And yeah, yeah. Thanks, Brent Tanner, for commenting. Thanks, Trepowee, for commenting also. But yeah, they wanted to do a psych evaluation and everything. I'm like, "Yo, it's not what I came in here for. I came in here because you know, my blood sugar and I wasn't feeling good, uh, like something with my medicine or something. And they're like, no, we need to do this. And then they put me in a fucking psych ward, and then they treat me like shit. And they run around and all the people are when they're talking, they talk extremely boisterously loud. I mean, extremely loud, even to the point where like it's annoying. It's like they want to hear you and be aggravated. And I felt like a suicidal presence in there. There was demonic in there, and there was people in there who just looked mentally retarded. But these people were saying intellectual things and just smart things, and they were very sensitive people. If you can, they tried to kill me about an hour ago, Brent. They do this a lot. Totally nuts. How'd they try to kill you? They're running you off the road. Oh wait, you commented something on there, right? The heart attack thing, huh? Just try to get. Well, hey guys, it's getting late. I'll do another. I tried to run you down or pointed at this. Oh, my ears are ringing right now too. Like right when I said that, like it started doing that ringing in the. They're using brain to brain connection. I really don't think they can read our minds. That stuff on TV we hear about, like, or this info stuff. I think that's all disinfo. I really don't think they can read their minds. They're just call the conference. Okay, I will. But I really don't think they can read your minds. It's pretty much what they'll do is they'll be talking, and then it's how you react. They use your preference choices of what you've already been doing. There's already a rap sheet. They know you like they're playing God, so they just know what you're thinking. Because just based on previous choices and certain gestures you would do, like, oh, because of that I did that. Oh, that's all they know. They can't read your mind at all. Yeah, the earring comes on at 3 a.m. at the worst. Yeah, mine comes in right when I work or whatever. No, they can't read minds at all. But they can do certain things. If you have an implant, it's called a protein plant, a protein based implant. Because they tried doing this during shoot, what was this during? I think it was when we went through that first war in Iraq. They were doing it um, to soldiers and putting metal implants, and that wasn't working. And they developed a system where they can get a protein. What's it called? Cytoplasm. I don't know what's it called, but pretty much your skin can adapt to it or whatever, and it sticks in your body, and it won't try to fight the infection out, and you won't get sick. So it doesn't. So it's not totally obvious. Yeah, synthetic telepathy. I don't know about that. Honestly, I've never had that problem, and my gang stalking has been really really extreme. I've never had the synthetic telepathy. I've heard people hearing voices, and that's about it. Um, that's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Well, if they can read our minds, they can insert thoughts. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, what's up, gang stalking Australia? Yeah, man, I've been watching some of your vids, and it's pretty crazy, man. Like some of the stuff you're going to Melbourne. I was just telling everyone here like about how Melbourne is one of the worst places in the world to get gang stalked. You know what I mean? San Diego is the second, I believe, the worst. I mean, they're everywhere. They move like they move like ants and bees or ants in a hive. Ants in an anthill doing a specific job. It's weird. I'll see like homeless people picking trash off the ground, and if they don't, I'll see them like maybe a few months later they got a broken leg or they're missing an arm or some shit. I'm not even playing. Um, but they only do it to people that they're working with. They're not going to do anything to us. We're not part of them. Voices add animal sounds and creaking walls, vibrating sensations. I think we've all had the vibrating sensations and creaks in the wall. We've all experienced that one. Um, the Masons are part of it. Um, I literally just ran into someone that was a Mason. He was kind of acting funny to me today. It was just overwhelming. I'm like, I'm going to bed, man. I gotta get some rest. Um, the Masons are running it. I believe they are, but it's a mix of everything. It's secret society versus secret society too. It's like how in the Bible it says it'll be brother against sister, or brother against father-in-law, sister against mother-in-law, neighbor against neighbor, brother against, so on and so forth. It's going to be secret society versus secret society. Well, what they're going to do is try to um, either make us join one of their groups, and then if we don't join, their group doesn't even agree with their group. So they're going to try to do everything they can to kill us and make money off of us. Then, yeah, no problem. But the other ones, it's like jail. It's like someone that's never been to jail. You're gonna get picked on first, even though there's a white dude here and a black dude there, and whites and blacks aren't supposed to talk in jail. They're gonna go after you first. That's how it is. We're in their playing field now. This is a prison planet. I believe We are now systematically a prison planet. Um, it's going to run its course. It's going to do its thing. Yeah, we'll roll with the Holy Spirit. No worries. Yep, 100% agree. Yeah. Any of you guys? I got 8 more minutes until I gotta leave. But any you guys? Sorry, that was a real throat clear. Here, I gotta really clear my throat. I'm not trying to do all that weird coughing stuff like they do. It's weird. But any of you guys like experience gang stalking at church where it seems like it's everyone? I mean, it is literally everyone. I stopped going to church. I was one of the most devout people that loved going to church. I'm not into the whole new age movement of all feelings and stuff. It was always scripture and this and that. And I still dealt with all my sin, some sins that are the normal sins that every person deals with. The depravity issues of man. Uh, oh, that's terrible. That's the worst. That's when, they're low life fucking scum is when they gang stalk you at a funeral. I'm sorry for cussing, but that's how I feel about it. I I I don't condone that. I don't respect anyone that would do that stuff, doing that little eye touching stuff, or they surround you, or they'll have groups of people quartering you in a funeral or something like that. That's messed up. Yeah, that is true. The Rothschilds do control all the governments. They are actually what is it? They're like German Jews. They're like Yiddish, I think, aren't they? Or perhaps J suits or something like that, right? Um, but yeah. Anyways, like Rothschilds do control majority of governments in the world by influence. They don't have ultimate control. That's why policies and all this stuff take a long more time because there is still liberty in the world. In some places we're not all full dictatorships in the world. So I do believe, yeah, they have a high influence on world policies right now. They control all the money outflow, Federal Reserve. They influence the J.P. Morgan. What was it? All those main ones, the big banks, all that made the Federal Reserve in 1912 and voted on it in 1913. Um, but yeah, these people they have billions and they say they have billions of dollars. I think it's trillions. Zionist, that's the one I was looking for. Yeah, you're at Jewish Zionist. All these groups though, the top level ones. There's was it Council of 13. There's 13 big families in the world that control the biggest corporations. Oh, okay. Real quick, guys. Has anyone ever heard of the DuPont family? Okay, I will. I'll join. But yeah, as uh, uh, give me a second. Yeah, has anyone ever heard of the DuPont family? Because out here, I did a moving job for them, and it was the DuPonts. These people were rich. I mean, it took 4 trucks for us to move. Um, it took 4 trucks for us to do a moving job, and that was only one moving job, and that was one of 8 moving jobs we had to do for one house. And they said, "Oh, this is just one of our houses." Samuel DuPont, and since the 19th century, the DuPont family has been one of the richest families in America. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I went to one of their houses and did a moving job. That remember, guys, I told you I worked for that moving company. I did a moving job for them. See, I told you guys. I'm like how this is all connecting. I think this might have all to do connected with my family that adopted me, and my family that previous family that there's no record of. There's no record of my family, lineage or history. Can't find it. Doesn't exist. We tried. But anyways, Koch family is an American engaged political activist in control of industries, the largest privately owned company. Yeah, the DuPonts though, they're rich. I mean, their kids are little psychopaths running around. Not to like put it that way, but like they just didn't give me a good feeling. I try to be nice and everything. There's a few of them that were nice. I'm not gonna lie, they were nice, but like other than that, they were just kind of just weird and just it was just weird. Some areas of the house they were like because they wanted everything gone. They said literally everything, and they said, but don't walk into this room over here at all. This and that. It's locked, and it was weird. It was just weird stuff. Like they were kind of like paranoid when we were in there. Like we're not gonna steal anything. We supposedly go back to bastard son of Napoleon. Yeah, it's a trip. These families are uh, these families are a trip. Everything that's going on. Um, yeah, but thanks guys for being on here. I'll do another live feed. This is my first live feed that I've actually done. I didn't have anything written down or anything. I just wanted to go how I felt for the time being. Everything's been weighing heavy on me. I can't seem to like just enjoy life anymore. Like only thing that's just been keeping me alive was just me learning piano last year all on my own. And I love playing piano. I love being creative. I'm pretty sure all of you guys here that are probably targeted individuals, majority of you are creative cortex, and built with just to be nice to smoke a shot caller in the area. Like, yeah, I try to stay away from that kind of thinking though, man. I know that feeling, but you know what? It won't do any good. It will just get worse. We gotta love these people. They are our brothers. But their father is the devil. Our father is God. Um, community, I call it World War III. You'll have good days. Yeah, it's funny you did mention that because this is World War III. It starts psychological. It's a psychological warfare. All right, guys. Well, I gotta head up and have a good night. I'll be on tomorrow and keep you updated. I'll write something down, more and more topics we can talk about. All right, love you guys. Peace, one love. Rock 7 signing out.